Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. How are you all doing? I believe you guys are doing amazing. It's another video and this is not a very smiley video because it's going to be an intense video. So in today's video, I'll be basically talking about Cyprus before and Cyprus now. That sounds serious, right? Okay, so yeah, I'll be talking about Cyprus before and Cyprus now. So if that sounds like what you want to hear, just keep on watching and get yourself a bottle of water, drink and relax because it's going to be an interesting one. Okay, let's get into the video. Welcome back. So, if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Blessing. My husband and myself, we own an agency which is called the Global Educational Services. We are the best agents for you to use if you want to study in North Cyprus. If you have the intention of studying in North Cyprus, we are the agency to use because we have a lot of credibility over the years. You can go to our videos, go to our previous videos, both the student that has graduated and all what's not. You're going to see how we operate basically. So if you want to study in North Cyprus, we are the agent to use. Just contact us through, you see the sticker. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but you're going to see the sticker either here or here. Contact us through our email, Instagram, and we'll get started and we'll process everything. Trust me, 100% you're going to successfully arrive here in North Cyprus if you use our agency. Be as simple as that. Let's get into the topic. Today's video, like I said, is not going to be like that very, like, it's going to be an intense topic. Cyprus before and Cyprus now. So I'll be having pointers, so as it goes. So let me start with the changes. And if I'm talking about changes is actually very broad. So I'm just going to narrow it to the ones that can really enter my head now, like what I can remember now. So let me just tell like changes in aspect of the way the environment was like when I came like 10 years ago and now. Let me just talk about that part. So we're talking about changes. I'm going to be using an example and I will try to make this video very fast so that it will not be too long. So I'm sorry for the noise because I'm actually sitting close to the window, but anyways, yeah. So the changes, number one, for example, let me just give you this gist. It's a real life situation. It happened to me. And most times when I talk about these things, I talk about things that actually happened to me in the process because I was once a student and all what's not. Okay, so let me give you the story. I I was living in a different city to where my school was. So that implies that I had to be taking transportation to school every day. And it was not a funny one because, should I say, I was ignorant? I didn't know. That's why you have an agent that can, you have us, an agent that can guide you properly. Okay, so that was my situation. I was living in a different city and my school was in a different city. Like I said, I advise all my students and even you that are watching my this thing, always live in the city where your school is because it makes you to have free accommodation. Sorry. So if you live in the city where your school is, you will rest assured that you don't have transportation issue as far as when it comes to from your home to your school, from school back. You don't have, there's a free school bus. There's a free school bus. Like for example now, if your school is in Cyprus International University, you have to live in Lefkosia. So there's a free school bus that goes round the whole Lefkosia. So you just look for the bus stop that is close to your house. You just go to the bus stop and stay there. Then the school bus will come there and pick you to school back to your bus station close to your house and everything. I hope you understand. So let me go back to my question. So let me go back to my gist. So in my own case, I was actually living in a different city and all. Then we used to enter, they call it Domush. So it's a commercial bus basically. So, and we use tickets, like you can buy tickets. Some people buy a lot of tickets, some people just buy everyday one. So during that my time, sometimes when I don't have money, it happened to me countless times. I cannot even count how many times it happened. I'll just go to the ticket person, tell the person, oh, please, I don't have money right now. In 2 weeks' time, in 1 month time, whenever is the time that I know and I'm very sure that I'm going to have the money, I'm going to tell them I'm going to come back in so time and give you the money. And that has been the case. When I have the money, I just go back, I just go and meet them and give them the money, because I was actually coming to the bus stop. My classes was 4 times in a week. So I was actually going to the bus station, the park, to always board the bus to my school. So they saw me every day, like basically every day. So when it's time, when I have the money, I go and give them the money, and that's it. Not only me, so many people were doing it and everything. But Cyprus now, during the process, people started abusing the privilege. People will use this thing, they will not come back to pay, basically taking advantage of the privilege, like abusing the system, not paying back, doing all sort of things. I heard that there were some people that printed the receipts. They went somewhere to go and print receipt, and they were just using, bus ticket na bulletin. It was a lot. So the whole thing now tightened, the whole thing now changed. Cyprus of now 2022, you can never enter a bus and say that I don't have money, I will come back to give you. Nobody will do that. They will not even listen to you. It will not work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Those days are over. One of the changes, out of the millions of changes I can remember, foreigners took advantage of a lot of things, and a lot of things really changed negatively. Point number two is the way Africans is being perceived. During our time, there was no much, okay, let me put it this way. The way blacks were perceived, Cyprus of before, during our time that we came. When I talk about, like, let me just put it like Cyprus of 15 years, 10 years ago, there was no much experience. In fact, it was the first set 15 years ago. We had the first set of people that started coming. My husband said before we came 10 years ago and all that. There was this saying, I know it wasn't 100%. Don't quote me wrong, because all over the world we know that we blacks, we are not totally accepted because of our skin color. That's just a given. Whether you like, you quote it wrong, that word as civilized or whatever, but that's just the truth. There's always this sentiment about our skin color and all whatnot. So, but on the general scale, the acceptability was, let me say, for example, the acceptability was like 7 or 8. Yeah, it was more of curiosity. Oh, they were just like, it was, let me just put it, it was more of curiosity, so I can make this video very fast and move on. So, but now, there's been a lot of things over the years that blacks has done. A whole lot of things that they've done, from ranging from crime, so many things. There was one discussion that I was even having with my husband previously. It's not like previously. This today, I think, when we were going out and everything, we're talking about how foreigners, how blacks. This one was even, because I'm a Nigerian, I'm always free to call Nigeria, but that's just the thing. Like, if it's not your country, you feel like you don't have the right to call them out and everything. So I will not call them out, but I will call Nigeria when it comes to Nigeria, basically. But I don't know if it makes sense, whatever. So what I was saying is that most African countries, let me tell you one thing that was terrible, that you cannot imagine yourself doing that to a country. There is this thing that students used to have. When I came, I was doing my permit, student permit, 2 years. My husband, when they came their own, it was 4 years. So the way the Africans abuse the system, they make things tighter and tighter. So my husband's time, it was 4 years. When I came, it was 2 years. Until I graduated, it was two years. But now it's one year, and it's true. Like, if I want to be detailed will not, it will be extremely long, because during my own time, once you get your student letter, you go personally to the immigration office and they will give you your permit and everything. But now it's not possible. You have to go through your school portal. So there is not going to be any way that anybody that is not a student, if you got your student letter magu magu, then you can now go to personally go to immigration and get your student permit. Is not going to be possible. It must be through portal. So you cannot access portal if you're not a registered student, if you're not a student. So yeah, so this is part of the tightening of the situation due to the abuse and all that. So there was this thing that this particular country were doing, but though other countries were doing, but this particular country was doing, it's an African country. Our, if you're in Nigeria, it's our neighbor. Yeah. So the way Cyprus was operating, because there is no crime when it comes to Cyprus. Cyprus is one of the peaceful country in the world. Anybody that has been in Cyprus before, not Cyprus, they cannot talk about this aspect that Cyprus is not peaceful. They can say anything that they want to say, but when it comes to security and peace, nobody can beat that. Cyprus is very peaceful. So, due to the easiness of everything, so our permit is just a stamp. They'll stamp it and they'll write your name and all those things. So people were going to dupe the stamp. You can imagine that kind of a crime. You're duping them in their country. This is one of the things. A lot of things that people are doing. Fraud, like a whole lot of crime that is happening. So now, what has this done to the perception of what they have about Africans is that we are bad people, we are scammers, we are fraud, we are dubious people. That is the kind of light of 2022. That is the kind of light they are seeing Africans. And if you want to crown it all, if you say that you're a Nigerian, that's when you've already you've killed yourself, because the lens will be more thicker. It will be more thicker. So because of what is happening, because of Jesus Christ, I don't want to be promising things because it has been so taxing. I'm very, very busy. I would have been putting clips of Cyprus and websites, like their social media platform. You'll be seeing the crimes that they just put about what foreigners are doing every day is one crime or the other, one thing or the other, one stabbing or the other, like a lot of things that is going on wrong within the Black community. The effect is that it brings a bad perception, bad, and it makes things, it's just like the after effect of this bad perception is that it makes things tighter, makes things difficult for you as a Black in the country. Let me just summarize with this one. You see, in Cyprus now, there's a lot of people that drive like very, very, me, I'm not I don't really know names of car, but expensive Benz, expensive this. I'm just putting it in the aspect of car. The thing is much, so I can only just streamline some point and everything. You see them driving 2023 or 2022 that just came and all those things. Cars that normally here, their citizen, they pay mortgage, they pay for over 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, but you see a Black pay cash and carry. So this image is what, let me just say what happens here is if you're driving a normal car, like of a normal range, that a working class drive here, they will not look you that high. But any Black that they see driving expensive car, just know that you're just putting yourself in a surveillance. They just consider that you are doing something bad, you're doing something illegal. That's just the truth. In case you don't know, just know now. If you're driving like, you know what I mean, like a very flashy car, just know that you've just looked for trouble. There are people watching you. Simple. But if you're driving normal car, like the kind of car that we're driving and everything, they just take it that okay, yes, somebody can walk and get the car. I don't know if you can understand, but that doesn't mean that their general perspective is right. It's not completely right, but it's because of what is happening that are just generalizing the whole thing. So that is it that I just want to say. So Cyprus of 15 and 10 years ago, the lens they use in seeing us now is worst. Worst. So let me go to another point. Another point that I want to talk about is you see, in Cyprus, there is a lot of stories. And this point, I'm talking about rumor. See, if you know the kind of, we are agents, and over the years, if you know the kind of rumors that we've heard, if you don't put yourself together, you'll just fall out. Somebody will just come and create a write-up of something like this. You think that this person is saying sense, not knowing at the end of the day, this is just fallacies. They are all fallacies and lies and rumors. So, oh, for the past few days and everything, there's been some rumors flying and everything. I just want to tell you guys that before you pick a rumor and start running, one thing in my channel is that if you don't see me address something, know that I don't have 100% assurance of that information. Like, it's not 100% because I understand the position where I stand here in North Cyprus. Like, if you're going to YouTube and you talk about North Cyprus, I believe that I'm one of the best best watch video. Like, I'm the first video that you pop out or something. Like, what I mean is that I stand a high when it comes to YouTubers in North Cyprus. I know that I'm one of the big ones. So it's always my due diligence that I always get the right information before I come out to spread it. So if I am not sure of an information, you will never see me come up on my channel and talk anything. And one thing that I want to tell you guys is that anything that I say here in my channel is 100%. Because obviously I'm an agent, and my student, people that, when I mean my student, people that wants to pass through my agency, and people that, the main one that is of my concern, people that are passing through my agency, they are watching my videos. Sometimes I send, there's some question they will ask me, people that are passing through my agency, I send them link. So I owe my audience the credibility of right information. So when there are rumors and all what's not, I always verify. If I don't verify that information, I will never talk about it. No matter how you send me messages, no matter what you do, I will not say anything about it, because I should be accountable for what I say. You understand? I should know what I'm saying, because I'm not just like a small person under a desk. Like, my video is worldwide, as in worldwide. The kind of people that I've met through YouTube is something that you cannot imagine. So yeah, so this point is just on dealing on rumors. Be careful of the kind of information that information that you come in contact with. Always make sure that it's correct before you fly with it, before you run with it. Always know that information, always try your best to confirm that that information is correct. Okay, so now let me move over to another point. I always introduce here. If this video is, if you're enjoying it, before I move over to the next point, if you're enjoying this video, just thumbs up, like my video, subscribe. It's free. Like, I don't know why you guys are just so cold. Subscribe, like my videos. Like, okay, I like what she's saying and all what's not. So another point that I want to talk. Another point that I want to talk about now, thank you, Jesus. Another point that I want to talk about now is that you watching me from, as you just, if you're just seeing me for the first time, you just click my video, I introduce myself as an agent. So that means that if you want to study in North Cyprus, you contact me, I process it, I give you the full information, just like the way agency works. Okay, so over the weeks, this thing is like, I think I should be, I'll try and put a screenshot of this. What I'm trying to say is that some of you guys, you're not using my agency. for whatever reason that is best known to you. It's not by force. You understand what I mean? Then after you go to use another agent, you now come to my email and tell me. Some people go as far, I think I'll put that in on the screen. Please help me check this document if the document is real. When you've gone to another agent and the agent process whatever the agent is doing, I don't know. I'm speaking for myself. So you go and use somebody else, then you now come to me and say, please verify this thing. Please, this video is for you. Please, I am not a verifier. And there is no way in this world I'm going to know if a document or an admission letter you got from whoever you got it from is real. So please do not ask me that kind of a question. If you trust me enough to give you the right information, trust me enough to process your admission for you. Not go somewhere else, just like a doctor. You go to another hospital, do your diagnosis, do everything, then they then give you results. Then you come to another doctor and say, doctor, please, I want to know if this information is right. They will send you off. They will send you out of the hospital. Why didn't you come to that hospital and do your diagnosis and everything? If you trust them, that you trust their results. So that is the same thing. Please, if you're not using my agency, please do not come and message me and ask me, please check this document if it's real. Please check this thing. I will not attend to such kind of this thing because it doesn't really make sense. Think about it. Just imagine it. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, so another thing that I want to say again is that this agency, both because of the process that I have gone through, I know this and I know it very well. Both the students and both agents, we have two types of agents and we have two types of students. There are fraudulent students and there are fraudulent agents. Just believe me. It's not only agent that is fraudulent, students are also fraudulent. Just know that one. But let me capitalize on agents now. See, be very careful with the kind of agents that you use. That's why there is there's if you want to really understand, or if you want to really, I don't know, discern, you will definitely know that my agency is 100% legit because we've been over the years and we're going to be here. Go back to my videos and check the when we started. So it's not today, and this fall semester will finish, next semester will come, you still see us on this YouTube channel. You understand? So be careful, because there is a lot of deportation that has been happening of recent. There has been a lot. Be very careful. Deportation is real and the number is rising by the day. Let me tell you, if they deport you, they have nothing to lose, but you have something to lose because, for example, you've paid your tuition fee. Do you know paying flight tickets for countries like Nigeria and some other countries that needs to use return tickets, that's two-way ticket, you pay thousands of naira and all these things. Then when you get to the port of entry, in North Cyprus airport, they now send you back, deport you back. Your money, your tuition fee has gone, your everything, your flight ticket, everything has gone. It's not funny. So be very, very careful of the kind of agents that you use. This morning, somebody sent me something, and that document, and that's the reason why I said this other point before I said this one. He said, please check this document if it's real. If you're an experienced somebody, seeing the document, if you know that it's not real, be very careful, because you ignorantly, you've never traveled before, you don't know all these things. Ignorantly, you carry the document and everything. When you get to the airport, probably you might skate through your country airport. When you now go to either Istanbul or North Cyprus airport, they were like, who gave you this? How did you get this? And everything. Go to this room. Once they send you to that room, you're gone. They're deporting you. So be very careful. Be very, very careful. We are genuine agents. We are here. So you can feel free to contact. Our agency is not like the one that we ask for a lot of money or whatsoever. people passing through our agency or people that have passed before, you can comment below to say how credible it is. Then for you to go and find yourself wanting is a lot of things that are happening. So this is what I want to say. And let me check the time. It has gone a lot. Let me just need to know all these things. So I'm going to wrap up here. And I know subsequently I'm going to be doing more videos about that. So if this was helpful, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you. Bye.